Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XI Online. In the last episode, we're continuing to work on our Chains of Promathia missions. We went into Ottawa Chasm to try to get the MMO feathers that were needed to repair the MMO mirror that Yoran Orin wanted. So we made our way through Ottawa Chasm. We fought the notorious monster that drops the gem, and then we had to carry the gem to the top of the hill by climbing up the side of a sheer cliff face with this really long convoluted path that I screwed up once, and got through that, got the feathers, got them back to Yoran Orin, but the Taru had run off, and after all of that, we ended up going back to Sid. Sid talked about the Magicite that was found 30 years ago, which is what led to the whole Northlands expedition. And we got reference to the Star of Tavnazia gem, which is where it supposedly came from. And we're hoping that Prish might know something about it, so we came back to the Tenshodo to find her, but it appears that she wasn't there, and then we got word that she had been attacked. Now she is lying unconscious in the infirmary in Juneau. And with conversations we've had with Tenzin, who we've met, and Olmia, it's related to something going on with Soja. So we need to get access to the ruins of Soja in Bosidine Glacier, which is going to require some work, which I'm going to be working on. But not right now. What I've decided to do for today is we're going to kind of go off the rails a little bit, take a bit of a detour. We're going to put Chains of Promathia on hold for just a little bit, because I need to take care of some other items sooner rather than later, and now's a good time to do it. Because I'm getting to a point in the progression of this character with a lot of work that I'm doing off screen, which is just kind of a lot of, grinding up character, job levels, trying to unlock gear, that sort of thing. Well, unlock the systems that need to be unlocked to eventually be able to get the gear that I will need to be able to, complete some of the higher level content as we progress in that direction. And so to do that, I need access to the other expansion areas. Particularly, I need access to Ad Urgen. I'm going to need access to the Wings of the Goddess area regions, and we're going to need access to Adulin. Which we had a little bit of a cutscene when I first started. It talked about Adulin, so we've seen a little bit about that. And so we're going to work through that. So what we're going to start with is getting access to the treasures of Ad Urgen areas. So to do that, we need to head into Neptune's Spire. Now that we can do that without getting any cutscenes, well, actually, alright, no, it's Farusel here. I'm trying to think about how I want to do this, what order I want to do this. Alright, Farusel here. We need to talk to. Being part of the Tenshodo means you'll sell your soul for the right amount of gil. Besides, taking risks is good for business, I always say. This time we got quite a special customer, so we can't go prattling off about the details of their request to just anyone. Getting wind of such a thing could make our client a mite angry, and we certainly wouldn't want that. That's why I've been mixing up the orders with random bits of information and giving out mere snippets at a time. Those of you with sense should be able to put it all together, is what I think. I dare say. I think you may fit into the category as well. Anyway, that's how things are standing at the moment. Well, what do you need? Speak up now. Now, there is a hidden third option here. We have goods for sale, nothing, and this hidden third option. That's the one we want. Why, I must say you're even brighter than you look. You got here the same way, didn't you? Lately people have been strewing about Tenshoto invites like there's no tomorrow, so a lot of Tenshoto members don't know that trick. Of course, me and the boss are on a whole different plane of thinking. Still, the notion of seeing the unseen was one of the main draws of the Tenshoto for me in the beginning. I've got high hopes for you. Okay. Let me talk to him again. Eh? Sorry, I left out the most important part, didn't I? Sorry to leave you hanging there. What was I saying again? Yeah, the Empire of Ot-Urgan. You want to see the Near East, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. Again, the hidden third option. Well, aren't you clever? But once is enough, seriously. Anyway, that's enough by beating around the bush for now. Let's get straight to the juicy details, shall we? You know those ships that Mara used to transport prospective mercenaries to the Near East? If you want to climb aboard one of those vessels, you've got to go through none other than the Tenshoto here. You receive the request for the Empire herself. Getting those ships to port was a royal pain. We finally managed to bargain a cheap price on some rickety old vessels, and you don't care. Sorry about that. A man's got to vent sometimes. Anyway, you should know how things work around here. If you want something, you've got to bring me something I want first. If you aren't in the mood to scavenge up what I want, you can always cough up the gill instead. Of course, that would be quickest. Let's make this explanation brief, shall we? You see, prices are a mite different in the Near East. Something that sells for a gill a dozen here might be a luxury item in Ot-Urgan. Jumping straight to the point now. I want you to bring me some common items from this side of Vana'diel, and I'll give you the boarding permit in exchange. The more you bring me, the better. I have put together a few lists. If you like to take a look, I'll leave it to you which you bring me. Ah yes, and there is Gil, too, righto. You can buy your way out if you choose. If you decide to go the Gil route, I will need 500,000 Gil up front. That's nothing for adventurers nowadays, right? You can also consider it your price of failure. So what'll it be? I'll read the list now, so decide which set is in your budget and make note of what you need. Now, we're actually going to go with the advanced list. The advanced list, eh? A superb choice. The items on the list are few, so they'll fit nicely in your bag, but they are quite difficult to come by. You can choose from the following. 1 coffer key from a beastman's stronghold, Devoy, Bedeau, Castle Ostraja, the Temple of Vugalepi, the Den of Rancor, and the Quicksand Caves, or the Sea Serpent Grotto. Testimony, those ancient scraps of papyrus seem to be quite popular with collectors these days. I don't know all the details, but apparently there's a testimony for any of the jobs an adventurer can be. Anyway, I just need 1. Your last option is to bring me chips from Soja. I'll need a set of those, though. You'll have to bring me a carmine chip, a cyan chip, and a gray chip. All 3. That's it. Or the advanced list. That's it for the advanced list. You can bring me any one of the above requests, but if you decide to bring Soja chips, I'll need them in a set of 3. Alright. Let me think about it. I'm going to take you some work if you want to go to Aunt Oregon, but you cannot get there through anyone but us. Alright, so, the easiest thing that we can do is one of the coffer keys. Now, back when this first came out, you actually had to go and farm the key, but these days we don't. Because I have advanced through some of the Rhapsody storyline that we've also put on hold for a little bit, I can just go buy the key. So, we go to Windurst. We're going to go to Port Windurst. We're going to go to the home point by the Mog House. There's ones in every city, but I just know off the top of my head where the one in Windurst is. We go to the Curio Vendor Moogle. And I want keys by... And we want a coffer key. A Devoy coffer key will work. Bingo. Done. $5,000 gil is a lot cheaper than 500,000 gil, so... Alright, borrow sell. I have the coffer key. Exactly what I asked for. Congratulations, man. We have a deal. Come back tomorrow and I will give you the boarding permit. And don't worry, because the Tenchoto is true to its word. Alright, so we have to wait till the next game day. So, we get that moving. And then we can move on to the next item on our lists, which is getting access to the Wings of the Goddess areas. So let me find out what I'm going to need to do for that. So, what we're going to need to do is... get out to one of the areas just outside of Juneau. And I want to head to Battaglia Downs. So that will be Upper Juneau. Just teleport over to the exit. We want to mount up. And we are heading north to H5. Alright, so I'll pause and I will be back when I am over there. Alright, we are in the vicinity. And there it is. Go touch that survival guide. Alright. Now, if we touch on this cavernous maw, I should get a cutscene. The vines covered in cavernous maw shudder violently. A vision? We're being sucked into the maw. Yuna is engulfed by the cavernous maw. Watch out for that step. Oh, that is Indominus. A disembodied metallic voice drifts towards you. So awfully busy, is spinning, perhaps a trifle tired. The journey... so blue, perhaps some help. Better. Even if there was one kindly soul to aid me in this endeavor, still... Oh, you deign to agree? Why stop at one person? Why not ask two, or perhaps even three? We are thrown out into the void. Hello? Was there someone here, hereabouts? Or am I jumping at shadows? Lysander, this is a key location of Juno's defenses. Don't think you can take it easy when I'm not looking over your shoulder. Lysander says, why don't you go ahead and chase all those beastmen off for me then? You make it sound a simple task. These are the fiends that bathe Windurst in blood and crush the royal knights of Sandoria. Don't whimper like a little girl, Carlisle. I have faith in your amazing luck on the battlefield. And we are out. And Lysander, look, another of those monstrosities. So we have a mall in the Rolandberry Fields now, too. How many of these things do we have confirmed? Well, sir, there's one in Battaglia Downs, one in Sargmu-Champagne, and now this one in Rolandberry Fields. Alistair? Aren't you forgetting the reports from our allies? You're quite correct, sir. Including the 3 Juno has confirmed, there have been 9 malls discovered in total, sir. You needn't be so formal, son. This isn't the parade ground. Still, that's not a small amount, even if they are spread over 2 continents. Could it be a rival of the Harbinger? You speak of the prophecy, sir? Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but something feels wrong to me. Rumors in Bastok say these malls are monsters set loose by the Beastmen, or maybe even the Kindred. They say the same in Winders. We're at war. It's natural for people to jump to conclusions. The truth is, we still have no facts either way. We do know these things appeared right at the time when the Beastman forces suddenly grew in size. That can't be a coincidence. It's certainly worth looking into. Is that a person? This place wouldn't be my first choice for nap time. You're not a Junoan soldier. State your name and regiment. At ease, Corporal. I don't think she bites. What happened, ma'am? Did you hit your head or something? Well, Tana only knows what you were doing out here, but you better head to the safety of town. Sergeant Barnabas, civilian entrance to Juno is currently restricted. That's right. They know how to sit her for the crawler's nest instead. If you walk south of here, you should find the tunnel leading inside. Sergeant? Well, be careful wandering around the Rolandberry Fields in any case. It isn't safe. On your way, civilian. Did we return to Juno and report, Captain? Yes. Archduke Camlino must be informed of the existence of this new mall. A portal has opened within the depths of the maw. Alright, so the Wings of the Goddess expansion is set during the Great War 20 years ago, and we've been transported back in time. And so I need something that'll allow me to get here quickly. Oh, there's a survival guide to the south. They said to head into the crawler's nest. As you can see, the defenses of Juno are intact. In present day, they are rather worse for wear. And what we're going to eventually have to do when we actually progress to this content, because I'm not planning on doing that now, I just need to be able to get here and get to that first cutscene, is we're going to have to align to a nation and start doing some quests in that nation as we progress to the story. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down here and get to that survival guide, grab that survival guide so I can get back here quickly, and then we'll move on to the next thing we're going to do. What time is it in game? 17:17. Okay, we're getting close to the next day. We might be able to pick up that that pass. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause. I'm going to get myself to the survival guide and grab it, and then we'll head back to present day Juneau. And we'll come back to this much later. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're almost to the survival guide, which is right through this gate. All right, and we can teleport out. All right. Now, the next thing that we need to do is get access to the Vana'diel regions. Now, as I said, we've already talked to the NPCs in town that have told us about Vana'diel. And I think they mentioned the colonization efforts there. And so now we just need an Vana'dielian charter permit. Well, we need access to what's called the geomagnetron, but we'll get there. Now, I think it's in here. Yes, we need to talk to Darcia. A fine day to you, good madam, and welcome to the Chamber of Commerce Industry, Vana'diel Pioneer Consultation Desk. How may I help you? I would like to apply. Thank you for your interest in our Pioneer Partnership Program. As part of the application process, you will need this geomagnetron. Take it with you and visit one of the dungeons from the list I am about to give you. Which one you visit is your choice. Our survey staff has inspected each of the areas in question and placed special markings with a particular location past the entrance. Hold up the geomagnetron I have just given you and return it to me. And now, allow me to present you with the list of applicable dungeons. In Faragandi region, Ringmont Pass. In the Ronfar region, Ugot Grotto, King Rampir's Tomb. In the Norvallen region, Monastic Cavern, Eldim Necropolis. In the Zolkheim region, Ordell's Caves, Guzgan Mines. In the Goosteberg region, Dengrif Wadi, Korloka Tunnel, Palmero Mines. In the Volbo region, Gustav Tunnel. In the Kolshushu region, Labyrinth of Onzozo, Maze of Shakrami. In the Aragano region, Garle Citadel. In the Durflin region, Crawler's Nest. In the Zerudo Barudo region, Outer Horatoda Ruins, Inner Horatoda Ruins, Tarai Marai Canal. This looks daunting, to be sure, but we have faith that you'll be able to complete this challenge. Some of these markings are located close to the entrance, while others are deep within. I wish you the best of luck in this endeavor. Alright, we have a geomagnetron, and we need to go to one of those locations and find the location we need to get to. Now I need to make a decision as to where we're going to go, so I'm going to need a minute. Alright, so it looks like Labyrinth of Onzozo is where we are going to go. And that's because we can take a Unity Warp there, and it should get us very close to where we need to be. So let's head to Windurst Woods, home point number 2. Alright, it should be level 122 area, and we want to go to Labyrinth of Onzozo. Okay, so we are here. We need to head to J5. Yeah, these are going to bother me, aren't they? Just give them a wide berth. Hopefully they'll not be a problem. Well, they won't be a problem. I'm on my Dragoon. I'll blow them up, but... I can just slip neatly by. That would be great. That goblin's gonna have to die. Sorry. Did I just miss? Alright, can I slip past this enchanter? Looks like I can. Alright, well, we're looking for the geomagnetic font. There. Your geomagnetron has been attuned to the geomagnetic font in the corresponding locale. And so we're gonna warp ring out of here. Surprised that goblin hunter did not attack me. All right, and so Now we just need to go back. You wish for me to examine your geomagnetron, correct? Then please, let me take a look. Having analyzed the example you retrieved, we are pleased to inform you that you have passed the test. Let me see. Dot the I's here, cross the T's there, and we are finished. Here is your Aldulinian charter permit. Now I shall return your geomagnetron to you. It will let you teleport to Aldulin. You may have noticed that there is a mystic portal located here in Lower Juno. That will lead you there. These geomagnetrons record fonts of power in specific places that allow instantaneous travel between the two locations. I've been informed that this form of transportation is called warping. Your geomagnetron is attuned not just to the location you have visited, but also to locations throughout Aldulin. Passing it over the surface of the portal will enable you to warp to Aldulin. Warping is not free, however, the process requires a certain type of energy. According to my materials, trading crystals to a waypoint will convert them into energy. This process is called charging. The energy, referred to as kinetic units, is recorded on the geomagnetron I have given you. Utilizing the waypoints will deplete a portion of these kinetic units each time, so I recommend periodic recharging. It says here that all I have imparted to you may be reviewed at any time from any waypoint. Of course, in consideration of all your help, the one I have given you is fully charged. I hope that you put it to good use. That is all the information with which I can provide you. Your adventures in Aldulin will be what you make of them. And we have high hopes you will make a positive contribution to the development of the nation and the success of the pioneering initiative. Alright, so that means that I can use this thingy. Activate the waypoint. Yes. And off we go. And we should get the introduction cutscene as we arrive in Aldulin for the first time. Looks like we had a somewhat rough landing. Ah! Oh, here's someone shouting. Do not interfere. This child has violated the sacred pact. She must be punished. The rules demand it. The land thirsts for blood. I don't want to die. Don't hurt them. Here, use this instead. What is this treachery? She broke the pact. I understand that people are forbidden to tread upon these lands without the blessing of the spirits. Well, that's hardly a reason to kill a mere child. Don't get too close. We're only trying to threaten them. Burn them to the ground. No. Alright, hold your ground and look fearsome. I'm glad we see eye to eye on this. Follow my lead. Okay. Simply wave your arms like this to make yourself look bigger, and and there now. Everything is going to be fine. Don't cry, little one. Can you tell me while you're in this scary place? You know it's forbidden to come here, right? Why, that's... My grandpa's really ill. He coughs all the time and he doesn't have the strength to play with me anymore. Something for a cough. Ah, some time moss should do the trick. A search for medicine does not give you the right to enter these woods. Leave this place at once. A hex upon your families, a pox upon your race. Shut up already, you twittering stool sacks. Look, I know you know where those herbs are, so just point us in the right direction. You do know where they are, don't you? From here, proceed in yonder direction. To the right, finally. Thank you. No, they grow in fields that lie to the left. Straight, I say, straight and true as the crow flies. For the love of Altana, which one is it? Those spirits were so intimidating at first, but they can't tell north from south. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where are my manners? I don't think we've been introduced yet. Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? Of course. Tuna. What an exotic name. I'm not sure I've ever heard it before. Anyway, mine's Arcelia. Nice to meet you. Or pleased to meet you. Thank you for keeping your weapon sheathed against those farcical specters. Come to think of it, I've never seen anyone like you around these parts. Are you new to Adolin? Yup. I knew it. Buck went up for old Arcelia. Welcome, by the way. How was the trip over? What? You were teleported to this spot? It's lucky you didn't materialize a little deeper in the forest. You'd have been ground into fertilizer. Or perhaps I misjudged you. On second thought, you look an awful lot like an adventurer from the Middlelands. Well, are you? Of course you are. The way you stare down those fiends without a glint of fear in those eyes of yours, nothing could be more apparent. An adventurer, in the flesh. Well, I hate to be the harbinger of bad news, but you're not allowed to enter these woods unless you're a certified pioneer. Sorry. Don't worry, though. I know these parts like the broadside of my sword. This girl will be safe in my care, and those herbs are as good as found. I also have a scroll that'll take the two of us back to the city, so returning won't be an issue either. A little gurgly there. If you're not quick on your feet, we might even beat you there. Oh, and it might help if I actually told you how to get to town, huh? Well, it's a straight shot through those trees. You can't miss it. How about you, little one? Would you like to tell me your name before we get going? I'm Tiana. What a lovely name, Tiana. Could you tell me a little bit more about your grandpa's illness? The more I know, the more likely we'll be able to find something that'll cure him. I'll be paying for your safe arrival to the city, or praying for your safe arrival to the city, Tuna. And just so you know, it'd be really great if you became a pioneer, and I could see you again. Oh, and goodbye. Okay, strange little title card there, but... Alright, we have no map. But I have a mount. And I think I know roughly where I'm going. And to do what I need to do, we actually need to go into the city and we need to become a pioneer. So, we need to do a little bit of progress here. Now, there's the entrance of the city. But here we have one of these waypoints. All right, we've attuned to that geomagnetic font. The frontier station. The royal family, in partnership with the 11 orders, agreed to abolish imperial rule, something or another. Went by too fast. Bit of which it developed, astounded all in the blink of an eye. Adolin had become a maritime metropolis, its mercantile prowess rivaling Juno. Okay. Wow, that text goes by fast. Tuna. Hi, Tuna. It's Tiana. You're such a slowpoke. We've been waiting forever. Yeah. Arcelia was really nice and helped me find the perfect herbs right away. Aw, she's so brave. We kept going deeper and deeper and deeper into the woods. And she never got scared or lost even once, even though no one was around. She knew a lot about all the different types of herbs, too. But so not just the one my grandpa needed for her cough. Or grandpa needed for his cough. Her. But ones that make you healthy and stuff. She taught me a lot of new things in the forest. Then she cast some magic and we went wee all the way home really fast. Never knew how powerful magic could be. Don't you think it's amazing too? Oopsie, I forgot I still have to give my grandpa his medicine. Thanks for rescuing me from those evil spirits, Tuna. I thought I'd never make it back home. Bye-bye. Well, what do we have here? Another newcomer to Adolin? By the look of you, I'd say you're from the Middlelands. Does that also mean you're one of those pioneers helping to colonize our continent? Oh, I truly hope you are. How incredibly grand it would be for our daring and capable frontiersmen swell in rank. I can barely contain myself thinking about adding an extra member to our cause. Despite my outburst of enthusiasm there, I'm not actually part of the colonization movement. If you want to sign up and make Adlin a safer, more habitable place, head on over to the Pioneers Coalition and speak to Brenton. And we will do just that. All right, Brenton. Well, look at what we've got here. An Adalinian charter permit. I reckon you must be an adventurer from those Middle Lands. Then let me be the first to welcome you to the splendiferous sacred city of Adalin, partner. Oh, I ain't your first? I feel downright embarrassed. Ain't no one, especially an Adalin charter permit carrying gal like yourself, gonna go on a stampede because of a kind word. No small talk. I'm sure you want to get down to the nitty-gritty of the Pioneer registration process right away. You saw the big old jungle to the west of Jorius yet, no? Bet you done seen nothing like it. Well, that's the area we've been trying to cultivate. Upon first glance, it may look like she's ripe for the plucking, but that old bird's got quite the temper on her. That's why that whopper of a gate was built long ago. After it went up, the number of casualties dropped faster than the first king's breeches after a feast. Jorius yet isn't the only source of protection, though. We also issue pioneer badges to pioneers who can distinguish them from the layfolk. Oh, so we can distinguish them. One of those humdingers, you'll be able to undertake more jobs and receive more services around Adalin than chocobos. You can shake a stick at. Wait, that ain't very many. I gotta change the subject. I forgot to ask your name. Tuna, is it? Well, Tuna, it seems you passed our rigorous discerning test. Here's your Pioneer's badge to go along with your new Pioneer status. Just don't lose it, or the consequences will be dire. Dire, I say. Fortunately, it's a key item, and I can't lose it. How's it feel to be one of Adelin's roughest and toughest? Great, right? I'm so jealous. I guess I'll just have to be content with standing behind this here counter and informing the true pioneers about all the tricks of the trade. I swear, that's the only thing I ever do around here. There's no need to learn them all at once, though. I know I'm a terrible chatterbox, but embarking upon a Vana'dielian inquisition might make my jaw drop off. So, what do you wish to know? Nothing at the moment. Yeah. So we need some Balid, which is the currency that we earn when we do Pioneer Coalition stuff. You finally decide to leave Adalin, present that to a guard, and they'll slap Ionis on you. Depends on how much edification the various coalitions have undergone, but Ionis should bestow different powers upon you, making your destiny seem most manifest. I'll go out there and make me proud like the daughter I never had. I'm quaking with delight just thinking all the amazing stories I would have tell all the guys down the tavern. Alright. We now have a map of Adalin, we now have a Pioneer's badge, and 1,000 Balid. And there should be a home point right near here. There it is. Now, I want to go to a specific place. Because I need to start work on one of these coalitions. See, and the reason why I'm doing this now is because for some of the higher end stuff, you need to get max rank with all of the coalitions in Adalin. And to do that requires a type of currency, not Balid, We'll see here in a second. I want to come over here. So this is the Inventors Coalition. Here's where we're going to get started. We're going to talk to the task delegator. A fair day to you. I am here to provide intrepid pioneers with assignments for the Inventors Coalition. Here at the Inventors Coalition, we entrust various tasks related to the pursuit of new technologies and those willing to aid our cause. Our records don't seem to mention you. Is this your first time accepting a coalition assignment? Then let me take a moment to explain a bit more about what we do. The 6 coalitions here at Vana'diel each require the help of pioneers in their own way to support the colonization effort. These tasks both directly and indirectly support the colonization effort. We will, of course, pay appropriate recompense to those completing these assignments. Further, the 12 orders will recognize your efforts as you continue to accomplish these goals, and may even provide you with more important duties as you begin to make a name for yourself. Perhaps more significantly, the influence of each coalition will expand as more pioneers fulfill these obligations, and the 12 orders will permit them to expand. This, in turn, will enable the coalitions to increase the number and quality of the services they provide, thereby enabling them to contribute to the colonization project even more. Likewise, if one coalition does not receive enough pioneer support, it may shrink in scale, even if it had previously expanded. For this reason, that we try to make our assignments as lucrative as feasible. However, we want to ensure that all pioneers are able to contribute equally. As such, the number of coalition assignments that can be undertaken each day is governed by a system comprised of imprimaturs. Imprimaturs. You will have to part with 1 imprimatur per job if you undertake. Each pioneer may possess up to 15 of such permits, with additional imprimaturs distributed at set intervals. One benefit of this system is that you are able to contribute at your own pace. You may save up imprimaturs over a period of time and fill many orders at once, or instead you may use them as they come in. Additionally, you can choose to spend multiple imprimaturs for one task. Predictably, you receive rewards commensurate with the number of imprimaturs used. The convenience of pioneers was our foremost priority when establishing the system. You may use all your imprimaturs to support a particular coalition, or instead choose to distribute them among several. You may also cancel an assignment after it has been completed. Any imprimaturs used will return to you, unless this would put you over the maximum amount, in which case they will be destroyed. There's another aspect of the system I have yet touched on: coalition referendums. The coalition referendums help determine how a particular coalition is going to expand. Pioneers are able to vote on which direction the coalition should head. When you complete an assignment, you will be asked to choose the plan the coalition should prioritize. The coalition's expansion and services are inexorably intertwined, so take ample stock of which services are on offer before casting your ballot. The expansion process will take approximately 1 week, Earth time specifically. Note that the coalitions have not received much pioneer contributions will not expand. I know this is a lot of information to take in, but it is an essential part of your pioneering activities. This is your first time here. I should provide you with a total of 3 imprimaturs that you may get started right away. Alright, so now that we are registered with a coalition, I will begin gaining imprimaturs over time. So I need to rank up with these. In order to rank up, you need to do missions and spend imprimaturs. And you only get them at a set rate. I think it's like 1 every 6 hours. So I think that they calculated it out. In order to max out all of the coalitions, get maximum rank in all the coalitions, takes something around 5 to 6 months if you're doing it most efficiently. So you're basically burning off your imprimaturs as you get them, and you don't ever let them max out. So since that's going to take 5 to 6 months, I need to get started sooner rather than later. So, because then hopefully by the time that we actually arrive at, the point where I want to actually start progressing through Vana'diel content, I have that pretty much done. We'll see. Alright, well, we have one more thing left to do, and and we're gonna get long on this episode, but we need to head back to Juneau, Lower Juneau, Log House, and finally get our Ott-Ergen permit. No, that's not you. It's you, Orosel. Good day to you. You can have your boarding permit now. With this, you can ride to the Near East from the port at Mara. I've got to tell you up front, though, that the high seas are a dangerous place. I can't guarantee your safety, so travel at your own risk. If I were you, I'd be praying for the ship to simply stay afloat. Alright, now, originally you would have to then go to Mara and wait for the ship that was heading to Ott-Ergen specifically and ride the boat. And yes, it's quite a long boat ride. I think it's over 15 minutes long. Aldo? No, I wanted to talk to Aldo. And there are monsters that spawn on the boat. So you could get killed on the boat on the way there and get dumped out dead at the dock and hope somebody was there to raise you. Or you'd have to go back to your home point and do it all over again. But nowadays you can bypass the boat ride by using Unity Warp. Now, you still do need the permit, even though you can Unity Warp to the Ott-Ergen areas in order to be able to get access to the city. So, again, Windurst Woods. Nope, nope. All right, so I'm going to bring me to an unwanted encounter area, and we're looking for Wajoam Woodlands. Which there. All right, so that has dumped us into Wajoam Woodlands. And so now we need to head to the entrance to Ott-Ergen Whitegate. So we just need to make our way through here until over there. So I'll just go ahead and pause, and I'll be back once we're in the area. All right, we're almost there. Enter Ott Ergen Wakegate. I don't know if there's a cutscene here. Nope. All right, so we are now in Ott Ergen. Now, I'm not going to actually progress any of the story here because I don't need to. Alright, so we just need to now touch a home point. And now we can freely get back here whenever I need to do things like unlock some jobs, for example. As you need to be able to get here to be able to unlock, what is it? Puppet Master, Corsair, and Blue Mage. And you need to be able to get into Wings of the Goddess area to get certain trusts that I want to get, which once I have them, I'll demonstrate. Also, I think it's related to the dancer job. Yeah. And Adolin also gets you the ability to become a Geomancer and a Rune Fencer, I think. Oh yeah, and Wings of the Goddess areas also give you access to Scholar as a job. So with all of those areas unlocked, you basically can unlock all the jobs in the game, amongst other things. Alright, so now that I've gotten all of this out of the way, we can resume our work on the Chains of Promathia quest lines and work our way through all of that. But for now, we will stop here. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.